Today for our lesson we'll be working on 4.3 and 4.4. So 4.3 we're going to start off with, and this really has to do with modeling our problem. So the first thing we're going to do, because we're not at school, unfortunately we don't have our base 10 blocks, but we're going to work to show them how we would draw base 10 blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw just a little dot, and that's going to be a 1. I'm going to draw a long, and that's going to be a 10, and then I will draw a flat, and that's going to be a 100. All right, I'm going to use those to kind of help me, and those will be my way of showing my base 10 blocks. So the first thing I want to do is I want to think of a problem. So I'm going to start with a problem, and I'm going to take a 1-digit number and multiply it by a 2-digit number. Okay, so my 1-digit number, I'm going to switch colors here to make it a little easier to see. My 1-digit number is, I'm just going to take 3. Okay, and I'm going to multiply 3 by 23. All right? And that's what I'm going to be working to solve, and I'm going to be drawing this out to show using my base 10 blocks. Now yesterday we worked with how to solve these problems if we round them. Today we're going to be solving them as is, so we're not going to do any rounding today. So the first thing I want to do is I want to draw out, I want to know what my problem is, and I want to draw it out. So I know right now this is telling me I have 3 groups with 23 in each group. So I'm going to draw that out. So I'm going to take, first off, my 20. I know that's going to be 2 longs. So I'm going to have one group of 2 longs right here. And then I have 3, so I need 3 of my individual ones. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Now you can see 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. That would be one group. Okay, I need 3 groups because it's 3 times 23. So I'm going to draw another one out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm at 1, 2 groups. I still need 3. I can draw my last one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now you can see that I have my 23, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23, and I have 3 groups. I have 1, 2, and 3. So this would be what my problem looks like, and this is what I set up. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to add up what I have. Okay, and I'm going to get my total answer. So first thing I want to do is I want to start with my 1. So I have 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I even like to circle these just so I know that this is what I'm counting. So I have 9 ones. All right, so I can write that in my 1 spot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and count my 10s and see what's going to be in my 10 column. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have a 6 in my 10 spot. So now if I think back to it, my new answer would be 3 times 23 would equal 69. And again, I got that by just working this out. Another way to do this would be is if I chose to add them up first. So I know that I have 23 plus 23 plus 23. And I can use my addition to do that repeated addition as well. And that's kind of how I'm going to check this now. And I'm going to see that if I have 3 plus 3 plus 3, I get 9. And 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. All right, so that's how I'm going to use my base 10 blocks to solve this. So let's go ahead and take a look at another one here. Problem now I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at 2 times 34. So again, I need to know what my problem is telling me, and this problem is telling me that I have 2 groups and each one is 34 big. So using my base 10 blocks, I'm going to go ahead and draw that now. So with my base 10 blocks, I know to draw 34 I need 1 long, that would be 10, 2 longs, that would be 20, 3 longs, that would be 30. Okay, so now my 10s match up. Now I need 4 1s. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And this would get me one group. Okay, my problem tells me that I need 2 groups. So I'm going to repeat this again. So I'm going to draw 1, that will be 10, 20, 30, getting my 10s to match up. And now I need to get my 1s to match up. So I'm going to do 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you can see that I have 1 group, 2 group, that's my 2 groups, and 34, 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So I've represented that on both of them. Now I can go in and I can add them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my 1s again. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will have an 8 in my 1s place. And now I can count my 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember that 6 10s is actually 60, so now I'd end up with 68. So the answer to my problem would be 68. All right, this is what you're going to do when you're working on our section 4.3, is really showing these and drawing these equations out so you can really get a representation and see what this multiplication actually looks like. So you can use the same symbols that I used here to draw those base 10 blocks. Again, just a small dot for the 1, a long for the tens, and if it comes up, we'll use just a big box for the hundreds. Kind of like we can see that's how our base 10 blocks would look. We're going to take a look at 4.4. And what 4.4 is all focused on is what's called partial products. Partial products are where we're breaking down numbers, kind of similar to decomposing, where we're splitting them up, but we're really splitting them up by place value. So this is going to draw back on some things that we've covered earlier this year. It's also going to draw back on some of that multiplication we did earlier this section, where we get to multiply using those zeros and those place values, which makes it very simple for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a problem here. So we're going to take 5 times, and let's go with 18. All right, now 5 times 18, our 5 facts is probably something that I could figure out. Okay, I could count up, but for this sakes, we're going to work through our partial products because this will allow us to work through larger numbers and different ones that aren't 5s when we get to that. So we're going to learn the strategy here, and then we'll practice it with some larger numbers as well. So the first thing I want to do is I want to think about what my problem is actually saying. Okay, so my problem is saying that I have 5 times 18, or I have 5 groups of 18. So I could solve it the way that I was working before with my base 10 blocks. But what we're going to do today instead is we're going to use some partial products. All right, what partial products means is I'm splitting my number apart. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this up by place value. And specifically, the number I'm going to split up is I'm going to split up my 2-digit number here. And I'm going to turn this into 2 separate multiplication problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 5 times part of this number and then 5 times part of this number. And then I get to add it together. Now, when I'm breaking it down by place value, I specifically have 2 place values here. I have my 1s and I have my 10s. Okay, so I'm going to start by breaking it down by my 10s. So the number I see that's in my 10s place is a 1. A 1 in the 10s place is simply worth 10. So I know that I can take 5 times 10. That would be my first part of the number. Okay, and I'm going to do 5 times 10. That's one of those ones that we're getting pretty good at now. Okay, so 5 times 10, I know that that equals 50. All right, so I've finished up with this 10 spot now. Okay, now I have left my 1 spot. My 1 spot is going to just stay the same because that's a simple 1-digit multiplication problem I can do. So now I'm going to transfer that down below and do 5 times 8. Okay, again, using my facts, I can count through this multiple ways. You should have your math multiplication helper with you, your chart with you. I can use that, but I know because I've been practicing on extra math, 5 times 8 is 40. All right, so now what I've done is I've taken 5 times 18 and I've broken it into 5 times 10 because I have a 1 in the tens place, and 5 times 8 because that 8 in the ones place. And now I can just add these together. When I add them together, I know that 50 plus 40, 0 plus 0, 0, and 5 plus 4 is going to be 9. So my answer would be 90. Take a look at another one. This one's a little more challenging because I might not be so confident with my 3 facts. All right, and it's a lot larger number than 18. So this is really where that partial products is going to help me solve this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to think to myself, again, I know that this is saying 3 groups of 47. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on that partial product. So I'm going to break this number down. So I'm going to keep my 3 the same because 3 facts are something that I'm working on knowing, and that's something that I can really get good with. Okay, so I'm going to keep my 3 the same. I'm going to do 3 times something here, and I'm going to break that down in a second, and 3 times my other number I break down. Now you'll notice I have 2 lines here, 2 problems, and that's because I have a 2-digit number here. So again, we're going to break it down by our place value. So you're going to start with the tens. So we're going to break it down by our tens, and I notice that I have a 4 in my tens place. Since I have a 4 in my tens place, that 4, when I know about place value, is actually going to represent 40. So what I can do is I can take 3 times 40. That would be my first part of this problem. All right, and that's working on that tens place again. Okay, now going back, this is what we worked on Monday and on Tuesday. Going back, what I know is that when I take 3 times 4, one way of doing this is I can just cover this 0 up and I can hold on to it for later. 3 times 4 is a fact that I have practiced and that I have worked on, and I know that 3 times 4 is 12. Now, because this is actually 3 times 4 tens, or 3 times 40, I have to take this and be 12 tens instead. So what I do is I take that 0 that I covered up before, and I add it onto my end over here, because 3 times 40 is 120. I use 3 times 4 to help me with that, but 3 times 40 is my problem. The next step, now that I've finished with my tens, is I need to look at my ones place. I have a 7 in the 1, so now I can look and just bring that 7 down, because that's one of those simple facts that I've been practicing, my 3 times 7. And 3 times 7, I know from my extra math and my fact practice I've been doing at home, is going to be 21. All right? Now, to get my answer, because I have 3 times 40 and 3 times 7, but I need 3 times 47, I need to add them back together. And you'll notice mine are a little mislined up here, so I'm going to actually rewrite my problem over here, just so I don't make any mistakes, lining up my ones places and my tens places. And now I can go in and do my addition. 0 plus 1 would be 1, 2 plus 2 is 4, and 1 plus nothing in my hundreds below would be 1. So I know that my answer is going to be 141. And again, that's using that partial products method where I am breaking down my number, and you can see I'm doing it by place value, similar to when we did expanded form earlier in chapter 1 and 2. If I did 47 in expanded form, I'd have 40 plus 7. And that's really what I'm doing with my partial products. I'm breaking it down into expanded form. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I get this 0, just like we did earlier this chapter, zeros make math and multiplication really simple. So this is one where I'm going to use that 0 to help me, because I can do 3 times 40 very simply. I can't do 3 times 47 that simply. So breaking it down and using that expanded form really helps me out with this. Okay, let's take a look at one more. Last example here, we're going to use again expanded form. This time you'll notice though, however, we have a single digit by a 3-digit number. Now, this looks very challenging and very confusing, but working through my partial product method, I can solve this the exact same way. So I'm going to start again with my 2. 2 times something, 2 times something when I break my number down. Now, on our previous ones, you'll notice that we had 2 problems. Okay, that's because we had 2-digit numbers. Now that we have a 3-digit number, I'm going to need 3 problems to solve this one. So I'm going to write my third problem here. All right, and now this is where we start to get back into that pattern of using our expanded form and what we know about expanded form. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this number down place value by place value. And I like to start at my largest one for when I break these numbers down and decompose them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my 1. I know that 1 is in my ones, tens, hundreds place. And a 1 in the hundreds place is worth 100. So I'm going to write that down. Then I'm going to move on to my next one because my 1 is finished here. I have a 4. My 4 is in the tens place. Okay, similar to the last one we did, we had a 4 in the tens place. A 4 in the tens place represents 40. Okay, and now I'm finished with that 4. And finally, I have a 3. A 3 in the ones place is worth just what it says. It's worth 3. So now I can finish it off with a 3. All right. Now I'm going to go on and do my multiplication. So just like before, I have these zeros which make it very easy. I'm going to cover those up. Okay, I'm going to take 2 times 1. 2 times 1, that's that identity property. I know 2 times 1 is 2. And now I just need to add my zeros back because remember, this is not 2 times 1. It's 2 times 100. So my answer is not 2, it is 200. And I'm matching those zeros again. I'm going to do the same thing down here. I have 2 times 40. I like to cover this 0 up and take 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is a fact that I know, and I get 8. Then I add that 0 back to match zeros. And finally, 2 times 3 would be 6. Now I can go in and add all of these up, and when I add them all up, I get my answer, which would be 286. All right, take time to, if you need to, rewatch this video. There is another link for a third method that we can solve these problems with that will come up in your homework. If you have any questions, rewatch the videos, go through the lessons again, and if you still are confused, be sure to log on to your teacher's office hours. Good luck and work carefully and slowly. Have an excellent